Okay, let's be real. Who hasn't dreamed of getting paid to play video games? I mean, come on. A few years back, that dream actually became a reality for millions, and it kicked off this massive gold rush in blockchain gaming. But like any gold rush, what happens when the gold runs out? Well, that's what we're digging into today. The incredible story of how we went from play to earn to a brand new model that might just be the future of Web3 gaming. Let's get into it.
So this was the question that started it all. The idea that you could earn a real, honest-to-God income just from gaming? It was intoxicating. It pulled millions of people into this new digital frontier of Web3. But, as you're about to see, this dream, well, it came with a pretty big catch. The story here is packed with huge booms, even bigger busts, and some really tough lessons learned along the way.
All right, welcome to the Gaming Gold Rush. This was the wild, wild west era of play to earn, a truly mind-blowing concept that promised to turn your in-game pixels into actual paychecks. It felt like a whole new economy was born overnight, and absolutely everyone wanted a piece of the action.
So what exactly was play to earn, or P2E, as everyone called it? Just think of it like this. Every hour you spent in a game, every quest you completed, you were basically mining for digital gold. You'd earn crypto tokens and NFTs that you could actually sell for real-world cash. Games like Axie Infinity and The Sandbox were the pioneers here, and they introduced this radical idea to a world that was hungry for it.
And you know, for a lot of people, this was way more than just a game. In places like the Philippines and Vietnam, people were literally quitting their day jobs to play these PTE games full-time. Why? Because they were earning more than their old salaries. The line between playing and working just completely evaporated. It was this fascinating, massive economic experiment, but it was an experiment that couldn't last.
And then the music just stopped. All that incredible hype around PTE, it was hiding a really fragile foundation. The cracks started showing, and pretty soon, the whole thing was about to come crashing down. Hard.
So, where did it all go wrong? Well, you can see here, it wasn't just one thing. It was a perfect storm. The games had to keep pumping out new tokens to attract players, which led to insane hyperinflation. The economies weren't built on real value, they were built on pure speculation. And the games themselves, they often became these boring, repetitive grinds. It was a total recipe for burnout. The whole system was basically a house of cards just waiting for a breathe.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. The entire P2E model forgot the #1 golden rule of making games: games have to be fun. If the main reason you're playing is to make money, is it really a game anymore, or is it just a job? Well, when the money dried up, so did the players, and that pretty much answered that question for good.
But hey, this isn't a sob story. Not at all. This is a comeback story. Because from the ashes of that P2E collapse, the industry learned a huge lesson. It was time for a completely new philosophy, a totally new way of thinking about Web3 games.
And the solution was actually kind of simple, but also profound. Put the fun first. That's it. The focus had to shift away from just making money and back to creating genuinely awesome, enjoyable experiences. This became the new mantra for the entire space.
And that gave birth to this new model, Play and Earn, or PNE. See that tiny, subtle change in the name? It's everything. With PNE, earning isn't the main goal anymore. It's just a cool, optional bonus. You play because you actually love the game. And if you happen to earn some valuable digital stuff along the way, awesome. The pressure to grind is just gone. Okay, this is a big aha moment right here. Look at this comparison. It makes the shift so clear. PDE was all about earning. PNE, all about entertainment. PDE's economy was a speculative mess. PNE aims for something stable and sustainable. PDE was for crypto traders who happen to play games. PNE is for actual gamers. It's a complete 180.
So, what does this new fun-first philosophy actually mean for the future? Well, it means we are right on the edge of a new golden age of gaming, one with way better games and economies that are actually built to last.
And we're already seeing this new wave of P&E games emerge. You've got titles like Illuvium, Big Time, and Shrapnel that are putting so-called AAA quality experiences front and center. We're talking gorgeous graphics, deep worlds, and gameplay that you can lose yourself in for hours. The blockchain part is just elegantly woven in, not slapped on as the main attraction.
So, who's the winner in this new model? The simple answer: everybody. It's a win-win-win.
Players get way better games without that constant pressure to grind. Developers get the creative freedom to build amazing worlds, which means players stick around longer. And the whole ecosystem gets a lot more stable, with less of that crazy market volatility that defined the PDE era.
And this is a really crucial point. P&E makes gaming more accessible for everyone. The old P2E model often required a big upfront investment, which basically created a pay-to-win system. P&E completely flips that script. Now, a lot of these games are free to play. Your success depends on your skill and how much you play, not how deep your pockets are. This is what democratized gaming really looks like.
All right, so let's zoom out. What does all of this really mean for you, the player, and for the future of gaming in general?
What we're seeing here is an industry that's finally growing up. Web3 gaming is moving past its wild, speculative teenage years. It's becoming more mature, focusing on long-term value, sustainability, and, most importantly, making sure the players are actually having a good time. This is a really healthy sign for what's to come.
And that brings us to this one last, really powerful question. As these P&E models give players true ownership of their items in their progress, are we heading toward a future where the virtual worlds we love and spend so much time in are actually truly ours? The story's still being written, but one thing is for sure, the game has fundamentally changed. Thanks for tuning in.